Good evening. It's Tuesday, about 8:15. I would like to talk about little angels, if that's okay with you. I've just made myself a cup of coffee, and I've not long been in actually. I've been out most of the day, and the little angels has basically been my day, and it's been an absolutely fabulous day, and I really would like to tell you about it. Please allow me to do that. Um, when you first sort of looked at this and thought little angels, you might have immediately made the sort of connection that little angels actually means children. Well, you'd be absolutely spot on. So it is about children. So I want to sort of tell you a bit of the background as to what's happened today, if I may. But like I say, I've had a fabulous day. My best buddy is a chap called Papa Rick. There's links in the description below. So I'd like to invite you to please have a click and have a look. One of them will be for msm.org, which is Papa Rick's missionary, basically. 'Cause, I've got to tell you, I'm sorry, I should have made this clear. I do apologise to everyone watching for my poor introduction, but that's my fault. Papa Rick and his lovely wife Gilly, what they do, they spend 6 months of the year basically out of the country, and Rick has been doing this for like the last 26 years, and basically what they both do is they keep children alive. Excuse me? They keep children alive. That's what they do. What do you do with your day life? Well, I work at Tesco's, or I do that. What do you do? I keep children alive. They probably wouldn't say that because he's very, very modest, far too modest. But so I've gone to Papa Rick's house today simply because he's just come back from India from another 6 month stint with his lovely wife Gilly, saving children's lives. That's what they do, as I say. So they've just come back, and Rick sent me a message of, just do breakfast. Oh, I'd love to. About 11 o'clock Tuesday morning. Great, see you then, kind of thing. We Tweedledum and Tweedledoo, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, so as we call each other Tweedle for that reason. But so it's like hello Tweedle, that kind of thing, 11 o'clock, see you 11 o'clock. So I went down for breakfast, and sure enough we went out and had a lovely breakfast, and I popped round to Rick and Gilly's flat, and as I say, they've just come back from India, and just actually while I was there, the post arrived, and in the post was like a jiffy bag with a CD in it, and Rick sort of showed Gilly the CD again. What it turned out to be was some photographs that some people had taken whilst they'd visited the mission in India earlier in the year. And both of these two people, I think it's a man and a wife basically, they're both photographers, and they both had like serious cameras. So they've taken lots of pictures, and they've obviously put them on a CD and sent them over to Rick. And they arrived this morning. So he said, I really like it. I said, let's go and have a look. So we've gone through all these pictures. Now I've put a link below for the msm.org. Please do go and have a look at that. But also there'll be a link there for like a photo bucket album. And there's about 5 or 6 photos there. Please have a look at that. So we've basically gone through this really good photos as well. And there's lots of photos of children and people helping children keep alive, including Indian people that are involved with helping. And we're going through all these pictures, and bear in mind Rick's been doing this for like 26 years, and Rick's basically, he knows all their names, okay, and you can imagine in these photos there's pictures of children probably 4, 5, 6 years old maybe, ranging right up to through like teenage years, and maybe even like late teens, like 18, 19, 20, and these are people that are now helping with Rick's mission, but obviously who I guess they sort of live in India and they perhaps live locally or whatever, but do the same thing as Rick does and sort of get in there and help look after these children and keep them alive. That's what they do. But Rick knows all their names, and this one particular girl, she was a beautiful, beautiful woman. She must have been, 19, 20, absolutely beautiful looking lady she was. And Rick said, that's so-and-so, and I can't remember her name. Sadly, I can't remember her name because there were so many names. Rick knew them all. And he was telling me, I said, how did you know her then? He said, I've known her for 26 years. She was one of the first children that he's kind of saved. Remember I mentioned to you about what these criminal gangs do in India, is go around with trucks basically full of children, put them on the streets with begging bowls, and these kids have to go out and beg for the day, and then they're picked up at like dusk, end of the day, and taken back to the whatever you want to call this place that these people take them back to. It's probably some kind of house, I guess, and provided they've got enough whatever, they might get some food that night. But this girl was one of these, and Rick's seen it going off, and she's obviously clearly distressed, and Rick's managed to get her and get away from it. And turns out now she's just graduating in her final year at university. I mean, how good is that, eh? So not only is this girl still alive because of my best buddy Rick, And I'm sat in the same room as this guy. He's sat next to me. Oh, so chuffed. Although I have to say, I am jealous of him. And I've mentioned that before. And the reason I'm jealous of him is because he knows that he's kept children alive. He knows it. He knows. He doesn't brag about it because it's not his way, but he knows he's done that. And Gilly, they both know that because they save children, keep them alive. So that must be a real thing for you. You just look at this guy, and I wish you could meet him and just talk to him, because you just get that feeling of someone who's just totally content with themselves, and that's the reason why. But he's shown me some great photos, and he's described what's going on, and there's at least... So he showed me one place in India, then he showed me this other place that's also in India. Oh, this is in Bangalore, or this is in Mumbai, this is near so-and-so. So not only is he out in one site, I believe, as far as I understand it, I need to sort of say that there's probably at least 3 or 4 that I can see that Rick's he supports with the Mustard Seed Ministries. They support them with help from a lot of people around. Please do go and have a click down there and have a look. And if you feel like donating, please do, and but Rick's also showed me, because he doesn't just do it in India, he also goes to places like the Philippines and stuff, and the Little Angels thing is basically a food production program. So you'll see, probably when you go onto the photos, you'll see that one of them is actually labelled Little Angels, and that's basically what it's about. It's basically the whole thing's set up so that people can help themselves, so they're growing their own food. It's a brilliant thing. It looks like an allotment with food grown, but this is in India, where there's nothing out there kind of thing. It's just not very much there, but not anymore. There is stuff there now. People are able to look after and feed themselves. It's part of one of the more than one feeding programs with which Rick is involved with. So it's just been a fabulous day today for me. And I also went on from that to see my dad, who's 81 this year, and had a really nice time with him. And I also went to see my nephew, who hasn't been too great lately, but I saw him today, and he was quite good as well. So all in all, I've had a fabulous day. But the highlight of my day, I have to say, I feel blessed in that sense, in that I've actually sat in the same room, and also with Gilly as well. I sat in the kitchen for a little while. We had a quick cup of coffee and that kind of thing. So I'm sat with 2 people whose vocation in life is to keep children alive, but they've done it, and they're still doing it, and they're preparing already to go back again, because they're probably, I think they spend about 6 months in England and 6 months over there, purely because it's just a temperature thing. It's just that the weather in their summer, in the monsoon season and in the summer, is just unbearable for somebody, an English people like Rick and Gilly would be, of course. It's just how things are. So they spend all the 6 months that they're back in England preparing to go back to India. So that means that they work their butts off, basically. So they're out doing stuff, drawing in as much as they can draw in to take out to India to help them. And then they'll send parcels to and from, and they'll send parcels all the different ways. And a lot of the kids in the pictures, you'll notice, some of the kids are wearing traditional saris and that kind of thing, which are traditional Indian clothing. But a lot of them aren't. They're wearing sort of Western clothing, like ordinary sort of T-shirts and that sort of stuff. And I said, where did they get those from? Where did they get those from? Of course, Rick and Gilly. I just shared that with you. So if you think of the words Little Angels, and I just felt blessed to be sat in the same room as 2 people whose vocation in life is to keep children alive. And like I say, I do feel a bit jealous, because they know they've done it. That must be a fabulous feeling. But I guess you can help too, and if you feel like supporting them, and I have to say to you, please take my word for it, because that's all you've got to go on, isn't it? But I guess if you are going to trust me in that, I would say to you, trust me on that one. There's some people that really could do with some help, and there's never enough. Whatever Rick does, he's always never satisfied. He needs to do more. I guess it's almost a bit like, I don't know why this has just come into my mind. It's a bit like Schindler's List, isn't it? When he gets upset at the end because thinks, if I'd have sold the car, I could have saved 2 more people. And Rick's got that in his mind all the time as well, I think. Is there anything more he can do? Can he save 1 more child, kind of thing? Brilliant. I'll take my hat off to you, Rick. I love you to bits. I've really enjoyed myself today. Rick and Gilly, fair play to you both. And all my love and best wishes, and any blessings that are due to come down from wherever they come from, I think they should go your way, because you thoroughly deserve it. And fair play to you. Please, click on some of the links below and click on the msm.org link, and I'm sure there'll be a way that you can donate and help if you want to, and I would encourage you to do that. And it'll be the best 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, £10 you've ever spent. And on behalf of the children that I know that Rick has saved, because you can see the pictures in these photos. Some of those kids are like 18, 19, 20 now, and they're alive because of Rick, because he saved them 25 years ago. He knows all them. Anyway, that's of some interest to you. And little angels, let's keep them alive, eh? What a great thing to do in life. Fabulous, fabulous. I'm jealous, because I want to feel that. I want to feel that feeling inside of me as well. But I guess we can do something, and whatever it is, go out of your way to help. Please do. Let's keep these kids alive, and let's take a leaf out of Papa Rick and Gilly's book, and mustardseedministries.org. Check it out, please, and support it as much as you can, even just psychologically. I'm sure Rick would be very, very grateful for that. He's a grateful kind of guy. All right, you take care of yourselves and look after everyone you come into contact, and this is no rehearsal, so give it your best shot and always do your best. Always. And good night, everybody. You see how happy I am. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Night night.